Hi guys, it's Cherry. I'm here to show you a little tutorial on Google Classroom and how to add an assignment to a lesson. So we're going to go to Google Classroom. The website address is classroom.google.com. And if you've never used Classroom before, then you will need to scroll down to the bottom of the page and it'll say, are you a student or a teacher? And you will click Teacher. And then you will have this plus sign. The plus sign lets you join a class or create a class. If your students were joining your class, this is where they would go. But because we are teachers, we're going to create a class. So we're going to click Create a Class, and we're going to title this class U.S. History, and I'm going to make it 4th period. Click Create. And now I have my 4th period class set up. So a few things off the top here. Here's my avatar. I can change my theme over here. I think it kind of auto-fills it based on what your class is called. So that one's pretty appropriate for U.S. history. Let's scroll through here and see if we see. This one's good. We'll do the flag instead. Select class theme. You can also upload a photo if you had a picture that you already wanted to use. You see here is my name. I know that I'm logged in with my Rockwall account. If you were using your personal account, it wouldn't let you access it because it is controlled by Rockwall. Same with your kids. If they try and log into your Google Classroom with their personal account, it won't work. Over here, I have my dashboard, and I can go back to my classes, my calendar, and here's all the classrooms that I've either created or I've joined. Okay, first things first, your stream is kind of like your Facebook feed. So it's going to show all your posts and your students' posts. Then your students, that's going to show you who is enrolled in your class. This is a good screen to be familiar with because it has your join code on it. And this is what the kids would put on their page when they would go into Classroom and they click the plus sign at the top. This is what they would use. Now, if you don't like that join code and it's kind of wonky, you can always click here and reset it or disable it. Say maybe you only wanted the first 25 kids to join your class for whatever reason. You could click disable and they wouldn't be able to join anymore. This is another one of my favorite options right here. Students can post and comment. If I was in a classroom and we weren't having a discussion, I would turn it off to only teacher can post or comment, and that way the kids don't feel free to just write random things in there. About here, this is where it's got some more information. If I wanted to add any of those things, you'll see that Google automatically adds a drive to your folder called Classroom and then U.S. History 4th period. And then let's say that there's another teacher and we're teaching the same subject at the same time. I could invite a teacher or even a co-teacher into this classroom with me, and she could be a joint teacher with me on that account. So we're going to go back to our stream here, and we're going to look at how to add something into our classroom. There, if you click the plus sign over here, there is create a question, create an assignment, create an announcement. So I'm going to create an assignment, and the first thing that pops up is where do I want to post it? Now, because I have several different classes, I could post it in any of the classes that I've made. Same for you. You could put it in all 4 classes or 5 classes depending on how many you have, and this is where you do it. If you forget to do this part, it's hard to fix after the fact, and you would have to go in and make the assignment again in each class. So we're going to title this Civil War and I'm going to say please watch the video and answer the form questions. Okay, and we're going to make it due. We're going to click here. We're going to make it due tomorrow by 4 o'clock. And then I need to put my link on here to my video because I just got a link off of history.com. So I'm going to go to my history video right here. I'm going to copy it with Command C. Go back to my video, my assignment. Here's how you attach a link. If you have something saved to your desktop, you could do it here, your Drive, or YouTube. Of course, students can't watch YouTube at school, but they could watch it at home. So I'm going to click here. I'm going to Command V and paste my link. Now I can schedule it to go out later, or I can assign it for now, or I can save it. We're going to go ahead and assign it. Okay. So at this point, I need to create a form to attach to my assignment so that students can answer the questions. So I would go back up to a new tab here, go to my Drive. Actually, I've added Google Forms to my main Google page here on my apps. So I can go right here to Google Forms. And I'm going to add a new form. And we're going to title it Civil War Reflection. If you've never used forms before, once you title it, it'll change the title up here. I'm going to look at these different things I can add here. I'm going to go to my color palette and change it. We'll choose gray. That's kind of sad. We'll do green. Okay, that's better. You can always add a question, add a title, add an image, add a video, or add a section to section your quiz off. Maybe you have it in 3 sections. You can also go into settings here. Restrict to Rockwall users only. Limit to 1 response. We don't want them to be able to edit it after they submit it. Presentation. You can show progress bar, shuffle the question order, which is good in case you're worried about cheating. Show link to submit another response if you wanted them to. And you can always put a response here that says, I will grade these by Monday. And save it. So after they take the quiz, that's what they'll get. Here's some other things we can do. Make a copy, move to trash. I was looking at adding a picture here. And that's going to be add an image. We can search and add an image into our form quiz. You can also go into your color palette here and add a picture, or you can change the theme. So if we're doing an educational quiz here, we could change it to something. Let's see. These are all kind of fancy. We'll go back to work in school. Let's see. This one's cute. All right. So we're going to go to our first question. And we'll just go real basic here. Who won the Civil War? So I could give them all kinds of chances here. We could do a short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, all the different choices. We're going to give them a multiple choice. We'll do option 1, and we'll say the North. And then we'll go option 2, we'll say the South. And option 3, we'll say Mexico, just to throw them off. You can add photos with them, maybe if you want a little bit of help for them on the answer choices. You can duplicate the question. Maybe it's the same question, but you want to ask it again with different answer choices. You could duplicate it instead of having to type it over and over again. Trash. Or you can make it a required question. Actually, the first question we should have had was, what's your name and class period? So I'm gonna finish that one, and I'm gonna do another one. Name, and we'll do last name, first name, and we're gonna make that short answer, and we're gonna drag it up above our first question. That way we can know who wrote it or who filled the form out, and we'll make this required. Okay, so I would continue to hit my plus button and add my questions, and then I want to preview it, see how it looks. Okay, that looks pretty good here. I'm going to go back to my form. I want to share it with people. So I'm going to click send. Here's my link. I'm going to shorten it. There's my shortened link. I'm going to Command C and copy it, or I can click copy here. Now I'm going to go back to my classroom, the little guy right here, and I'm going to edit this assignment, and I'm going to add a link, Command V, and save it. Now after the student watches the video, they can complete the form, and the form will give me answer responses back in the form of an Excel spreadsheet or a Google Sheet, and I can see their answers. And once the student is done, they're going to see on theirs, it will say turn in or complete or send, and they will click that, and it will let you know that the students have finished that work and turned it back into you. All right, well, that was just a quick little short demo on Classroom and how to add an assignment. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.